Okay, hello everyone, this is Dor. I'm here with the first episode of Fountain of Youth, which is the show that's all about your rejuvenation, your prana, keeping you alive, changing the system of modern culture, all that system that you get and you hear from modern culture about how to look, you know, all these fitness trainers, all these people that mess around with your diet, like how to eat, all that stuff that comes from modern culture, okay? And how do you look with your skin, what to put on your skin, and really all like how to work out, all of that stuff, okay? So we're gonna touch on that on this show, and what I'm gonna share with you is a different system that I put together from doing 12 years of yoga and meditation, following Sadhguru, which is one of the biggest yogis in the world, that has a lot of different ways to take care of your body, what's called prana, your life, your livelihood, your life energy, how to make it much more powerful. And when your life energy gets transformed and gets bigger, let's say, it changes how you look, it changes your even like literally how you look, your face. It changes, if you want, you can take a look at old videos of me and the way my face changed from doing this work with him. And it changes, like, how do you feel? You feel more awake, more alive, more perceptive. And a lot of other stuff that I gathered from other paths that I'm on, possibility management and self-development, and also even like social development. So all of these different paths I put together in what I call the fifth path. So it's the adventure way, basically. And the adventure way, the fifth path, goes through all of these different paths. And I wanted to give you this new system of how to take care of your physical body. Okay, so this is what is this show about. And here today I'm already going to give you 3 secrets of youth, of how to do things differently, basically. Because really, I'm angry and I'm sick and tired of the modern culture bullshit that they send us. It's like how to stay healthy. Nobody's healthy eventually. How to keep ourselves alive and fresh, but everyone in that culture takes like antidepressant and needs all these chemicals to put in their body just to stay healthy or awake even. So this is really going to cover everything about your body. Every episode is going to be a different point of view. I already recorded the first 2 episodes. You can check them out in my IGTV or in my YouTube after this episode is gonna launch. And then every week on Sunday I'm gonna record a new episode, so you can watch it live. You can watch the episode live, and I'm really doing things. I'm not just, you know, talking about things. Today already I have my workout pants and the third episode, for example, I went to the beach and I showed what am I doing when I'm going out to the beach every day. So I talk a little bit about that kind of routine, and that's what it's gonna be in general. So I really encourage you to come every Sunday to watch that episode live, Fountain of Youth. And you can start with the first 3 episodes here in YouTube or in IGTV or Facebook, wherever you're watching that. So thank you again for doing that. And this is really about making a shift with your body, because things that I'm gonna say here are gonna sound like new to you, maybe gonna sound ridiculous, or you're gonna have fear. They're gonna be outside your box. So this is really about experimenting with new things. It's not about being right. It's not about being wrong. It's just about trying something new. If it works for you, keep it. If it doesn't work for you, kick it out of the park. So let's start to walk already, and we start to talk about the first thing. So the first thing that I want to give you, the first secret, is this. So here I'm walking barefoot, right? And walking barefoot is something that I learned actually from a guy called Jeff Shub. He's a dear friend of mine. It's also, if you want to look him up on Instagram, it's called The Urban Barefoot. I'm gonna put his link down here. And is really great about changing your point of view from modern culture. He's a doctor actually, and everything that he's do today is so different from modern culture, you know, like medicine or modern culture academy, whatever, institute. So everything you do is so different, and one of the things that is really big for him is to walk barefoot. So why to walk barefoot? So the first reason is if you take the world, okay, everything in the world is just one reverberation. Okay, the whole world is one kind of energy, is one energy. Basically, everything have a different frequency. Even science tells you that, right? So everything in the world is a different, is one reverberation, has a reverberation, okay? And the earth too. So the earth has frequency that we step on, and that I learned actually from Sadhguru. Above the earth, even 20 centimeters, there's a frequency, but we don't feel it because we're not very sensitive. We're not very sensitive to our body because no one ever taught us how to be sensitive to our body, and we haven't really experimented with a lot of that kind of work. So this is something we're going to work on this channel, by the way. But when you become aware of it, of that thing, the earth has this frequency. Every time you walk barefoot, okay, you already start to synchronize your body with that. What does it mean? Let's say you feel like you're starting to feel like bad energies, quote unquote. It's like if you watch a lot of my other videos in my channel, I'm talking a lot about the emotional body, the intellectual body, the energetic body, archetypal body. So all of that stuff can influence your emotions and stuff like that. But one thing you can do if your energetic body even, or your physical body doesn't feel great, is to walk barefoot, because then you synchronize to the frequency of the earth, and that's the frequency that is most natural to you, to your body, because your body also came from the earth, right? So earth emanates that frequency from it, so you can feel it when you walk barefoot. You can feel it also when you touch the earth. Basically, what is in the earth? Trees, right? Have you heard about people that hug trees? Guess why? I don't know if they know it, but just touching something natural like a tree, if you're very sensitive to it, you can do this experiment. I'm giving you your first experiment. For 2-3 minutes, just put your hands on a tree like this. You don't have to hug it, right? And see if you feel any difference in the frequency. That would help you to be more grounded, more centered. Your body is going to be aligned. And if you had, like I said before, a lot of problems with like depression and mixed emotions, that's not like going to entirely solve it, but it's already going to bring your physical body and your energetic body to a place to work with it. It can help you feeling more alive, more awake, right? Basically your prana. Okay, so another thing you can do, and I just want to say something about what I said. It's about prana. A lot about prana is about food, right? In the Ayurveda, which I explored, and the yogi method of Sadhguru, you hear a lot about prana, what to eat and what to put in the body. We're going to talk about it I talk about it in the second episode, but I'm also going to talk more about foods in other episodes, and that's big. Like, that's your life. It's your prana. How things that you eat can lower your prana or make your prana higher. Okay, so in this one, we're just in the first secret, we're talking about the body. So another thing you can do is you can just lie down. Right, just lie down, and then your entire body gets the vibration of the earth. I have some videos, you can try to find them, that I literally lie on rocks in Sintra, which is a very powerful, energetic place in Portugal. And I'm with my friend there, and we're just lying on these huge rocks, getting their frequency. And the frequency was so powerful there. You can really feel like this vibration. So try to feel that vibration when you lie down on the ground, going through your body. Okay, and just experiment with that, and you can write down here what happened, what did you discover, what happened for you, and maybe there is some distinctions that I can give you about that. Distinction is like this. It's like separating between two things so you can get more information. Okay, so again, it's not about being right. Just try it, and maybe there is something for you there. So walking barefoot, it's like as much as possible. If you see me in Tel Aviv, I don't walk barefoot all the time because the floor contains a lot of substance that I don't want to get stung by. But usually, like, I try to walk barefoot as much as possible because your sole of the shoe separates you from touching the earth, basically. So as much as possible, touch, feel the earth. That's gonna make your body synchronize with nature. So another thing I want to talk to you, and that's the second secret in this video, is to do a walk every morning. Okay, do a walk every morning, or at least once a day, in a natural place. If you don't live by a natural place, go to your local park like I do here. And what happens about that, like, when you wake up, I don't know if you notice, you have a lot of thoughts running around. Like, your mind is ready to work because the way your mind was evolved for millions of years or hundreds of years, depends how you look at it, is about like helping you survive, right? So we wake up, our mind wants to survive, so it starts to tell us all these things like, you need to do this, you need to do this, da 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 da. And what do? That's right, we try to numb it. We give it all this substance like coffee, and even though you think like coffee actually energize my mind to work better, but it's actually, what does it do? It stimulates your mind. So it stimulates it and makes it like work like in a rapid way or something, and then actually it numbs your prana. So maybe your mind works fast and maybe it helps your survival in that moment, like to go to work, for example. But then like part of you is staying numb to life, because prana is life. Everything around you is just prana, it's just reverberation, and then you are too. And then you keep your prana as high as possible, and that helps you to be one with life and more clear, more alive, basically. And when you know how it is when you're more alive, you do better at everything, right? Your perception of life is bigger. The perception of life is basically the only thing you can actually make your life longer, right? Because we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die, and our body, it's what keeps the time, right? Stay with me on this. I know I changed a bit of the subject, but your body, it's like the sand watch that keeps the time. It gets older by the minute. Just take you a few steps to your grave, right? So there's no way for you to really be more young. But what you can do, you can increase the perception, your perception of life. The more you perceive of life, it's like this balloon that you get it bigger, and then there's more air in it. You catch more of life. And if you've seen people that are very perceptive, you also notice that look in their eyes. It's very alive. It's like gurus and people that do yoga for a long time, and people that basically are on this path that I'm explaining to you here. So a big part of this show is about getting you more perceptive, so you can capture more of life and to feel more alive. And then, I don't know if you saw it in festivals, for example. I used to go to a lot of festivals. If you didn't go to festivals, you can think about, I don't know, people that maybe when you go out camping with your family for 3 days. In the first 2 days in the festivals, in the first day, everyone are still, coming from the city, and they kind of look, okay, they're still clean and stuff. They're clean, they wash all their clothes. Maybe they smell nice with a perfume. And then you look at them, okay, they look normal. But then after 3 days, they haven't showered, right? They haven't showered for 3 days. Their hair is all messy, full of stuff in their hair. They're like, their body's not clean. All the stuff that like no modern beauty consultant would recommend you to do, but they look so beautiful, right? I don't know if you've been in a festival. After 3 days, the same people, they look so beautiful. Why they look so beautiful? Because they're alive, they're wild, they went away from the modern culture bullshit, energetically, emotionally, physically, intellectually, and even archetypally. they went away from that, and they look more alive, and they look so beautiful. I don't know if you noticed that, but next time you go to a festival, check it out. Take a picture of your mind of the people in the first days, and then after 3 days, look how they look. Okay, and that's about that, like perceiving more of life. You look more beautiful, and that's what we're trying to do, no? Putting all the stuff on our face to look more beautiful, working out, getting in shape to look more beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's not about being wrong. It's not about those things are wrong. That's all we know for now. But what if there's another way to look more beautiful, more healthy, more alive? Yeah, this is what this show is about. So perceiving more of life, we talked about that. Is like this whole show is going to be about that, but part of it is the second secret that I talked about, is like taking a walk in the morning, because your mind wants to roam free. And if you drink coffee and numb it in all these ways, like doing your routine, and I'm talking about routines here too, but it's a different kind of routine, because it's a routine that is meant to break. I'm giving you a routine that you can start, but then you break it, right? I'm not giving you this routine to do every day and to become a robot. So the routine, if you do every morning routine, it can numb you too. It's like coffee, doing the same thing, like going to work with the same clothes, same job, being like that. That's the opposite of being 3 days in a festival, right? And then, but maybe you have to. So what things you can do? You can break that routine, right? And when you walk in the morning, you give your mind space. Okay, so your mind, instead of going into survival mode and putting your mind exactly in survival mode with numbing it, with a routine, with a coffee, with cigarettes, with, I don't know, what else do you do in the morning? You can write down below. But then you do something different. You walk outside and you stay liquid. Okay, you take a walk outside in a park or in a natural place, if you can, and you let your mind just roam free for as much time as you have. If you have 5 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, and you don't try to think about like survival. If these survival thoughts coming up, like, okay, these are the missions that I need to do today, this is what I need to do today, great. You can even write it down in your phone or something, but then let your mind keep going. And you see that after a little bit of time, that's the second experiment. That's the second experiment in this video. You're gonna see that after a while, your mind stops going into survival and it goes to this different thing, like, what am I here for? The purpose of my life. Like, what can I do today that would really make my life great? Would make the best day possible? You know, what would really impact my life today? It's like, what big changes do I need to do? What decision do I need to take? Right? And you let your mind roam to these areas, it changes your whole life. You're gonna feel more alive today when you be at work, because you have different context for life. So this show, Fountain of Youth, is really about changing the context in which you think about life. Okay, and the third oh, there's a bird here. It's those draras, the parrots that invaded. So yeah, doing something like that, like I just did, doing something unexpected. That's your third experiment, and that's the third secret. It's like doing something different. It's like going outside your lane. I don't know if you have this workout plan. Maybe you have this workout that you go every day, you run, or you run for 5 miles every day, or you're doing like playing football with your friends every day. Or even when you walk outside, you're just like doing the walk. You know, it's like break that. Just do this experiment of breaking that and doing something different. I was ready to start talking about the third thing, and then I found this feather, and then I saw the bird, so I just looked. You know, stopping for a moment and looking around, or doing something different, like maybe walk in a different way that you normally do. Right? I'm gonna talk more about like working out in a different way, like the natural system of working out and getting your body in shape. But just for now, just for this experiment, is like maybe you always walk like this. So maybe today you walk like this. Or maybe today you walk with your hands in the side. Or maybe you're just every 5 minutes when you run, you do like a squat, like, or something like, or just like this. You know, just every 5 minutes that you run. You know, break that box of you, the way you do things. Because when you break that box, that's where the change happens. You know, think about little kids. They always do things differently. That's why they look so alive. They're unexpected, right? They're unexpected. So if you really want to get the vibe out that you're that you're alive, and maybe to yourself too, like start to communicate to yourself, I'm still young. My box haven't got solidified yet. It haven't got so like this that I can't do anything new, right? So every day, this is one practice. Change one thing that you do, right? You change one thing, and maybe don't even go back to doing it the same. Maybe it's something that you do all the time, changing things that you do. Yeah, for me, I'm trying to do that. It's like, you know, the way I eat. So today I'm gonna do something different in the way I eat. The way I walk, maybe I do something different. You know, change it up. The way you dress, one thing every day. Do this experiment. This is the third experiment. That's a bit of an advance, something that I took from possibility management. If you want to know more about possibility management or about the adventure way, that is my game world that I'm working with and I'm coaching with, make sure you contact me below in my website. Okay, in my website you go in and there's a way to contact me. So maybe you have questions, maybe you connected, you want to know more right now. I want to coach with you and I want to know more how to be more alive right now and how to look more young and stuff like that. So contact me now, and thank you for watching the first episode, and make sure you watch the other ones too. Every Sunday I'm going live with the Fountain of Youth show. Every Sunday, different topic, different chapter. See you soon. Thank you.